Have you ever looked at a tiny task and felt an overwhelming wave of exhaustion? It is just a single coffee mug, yet it feels completely impossible to move. Our minds have a strange way of blowing tiny responsibilities entirely out of proportion. A simple notification triggers a wave of avoidant anxiety. Before you know it, those micro tasks start piling up into a mountain of stress. You look at the pile and freeze completely. The hours tick away while you sit there, feeling incredibly guilty about what you are not doing. The clock becomes your ultimate enemy. You tell yourself that you will start tomorrow when you have more energy. But deep down, you know that tomorrow brings the exact same cycle. The laundry pile grows, the unread emails accumulate, and your mental space becomes completely cluttered. You feel trapped by your own inertia. Procrastination is not about laziness. It is a coping mechanism for emotional overwhelm. We avoid the task to temporarily avoid the discomfort. But that temporary relief turns into long-term mental fatigue. Every undone chore stays open like a background app draining your battery. You find yourself sitting around, completely drained, without having actually done anything productive all day. It is an exhausting way to live. The hardest part of any task is never the task itself. The hardest part is simply overcoming the friction of starting. We spend hours overthinking a 5-minute chore, turning a tiny molehill into an unclimbable psychological mountain. But what if there was a simple psychological hack to break this vicious loop completely? A rule so easy that your brain cannot find an excuse to fight it. It does not require massive willpower or an intense lifestyle overhaul. It just requires 60 seconds of raw focus. This concept is known globally as the 1-minute rule, and it is designed to bypass your brain's defense mechanisms. Instead of looking at the massive, chaotic picture, you train your focus onto one incredibly tiny window of time. The rule states this: if an action takes less than 60 seconds to complete, you must do it immediately without hesitation. No scheduling, no planning, and absolutely no overthinking. You see it, you recognize it, and you execute it right away. It sounds almost too simple to be effective, doesn't it? But the underlying psychological impact is incredibly profound. By jumping straight into action, you completely deny your brain the time it needs to manufacture a convenient excuse. You stop negotiating with your own hesitation and start building a bias toward immediate, decisive action. Suddenly, the light bulb goes off, and you realize how much power you actually hold over your daily environment. Let us watch how this rule completely transforms a standard, chaotic day from the inside out. Instead of walking past that piece of trash on the floor, you simply pick it up and toss it away. Total time spent, 5 seconds. Instead of letting a book gather dust, you put it back on the shelf where it belongs. Total time spent, 10 seconds. That dirty coffee mug on your desk gets carried straight over to the kitchen sink immediately. Total time spent, 20 seconds. You look at your watch and realize that these tiny actions are costing you absolutely nothing out of your busy day. You file away that stray document that has been sitting out for weeks, clearing off your physical workspace entirely. You open your laptop and send that quick one-sentence confirmation email you have been avoiding since yesterday morning. You grab the broom and quickly sweep up a small mess in the corner before it has a chance to bother you again. You take a single jacket off the back of your chair and hang it neatly inside the closet. The visual clutter disappears. As you check these tiny items off your mental list, something fascinating begins to happen inside your brain. The overwhelming anxiety starts to lift, replaced by a refreshing wave of calm and environmental control. You are no longer a passive victim of your surroundings. You are actively shaping your environment with ease. The secret of the 1-minute rule is that action creates momentum, and momentum completely destroys procrastination. Once you complete a 1-minute task, your brain gets a small, satisfying hit of dopamine that makes you want to keep going. Starting is the ultimate barrier. Once you cross that initial 60-second threshold, continuing becomes incredibly easy. You find yourself naturally transitioning into larger, more meaningful tasks without the usual mental friction or dread. Your mind clarifies because it is no longer holding on to dozens of micro stressors throughout the evening. You realize that achieving massive goals is simply the result of managing your smallest daily moments with discipline. Your complete to-do list. Your complete to-do list becomes a source of pride rather than a source of constant, looming anxiety. By mastering the single minute, you take back absolute control over your hours, your days, and your entire life. You begin choosing healthier, more proactive habits naturally because your self-image has completely shifted. You can finally sit down and truly relax, free from the nagging guilt of undone chores whispering in the back of your mind. Organization transforms from a stressful weekend project into an effortless, automatic way of living your life. You step out into the world with a sense of readiness, energy, and deep personal accountability. Your physical spaces reflect your internal mental clarity, uncluttered, purposeful, and completely organized. You start documenting your progress, watching your focus and overall productivity skyrocket to levels you never thought possible. The constant, exhausting friction of chronic procrastination is replaced by an incredible sense of mental freedom. You have unlocked the ultimate secret to self-discipline. Grand success is built entirely out of tiny, well-managed moments. So look around you right now. What is one small thing you can finish in less than 60 seconds? Go do it.